brothers. And that's what I'm saying. It'll never, ever be the same again.
I smell what you're stepping in.
Yeah. You know, the whole, just, you know, like Gavin Newsom, we were talking about earlier, and it's strange because his ex,
Kimberly Guilfoyle.
I don't know what her name is.
Kimberly
Guilfoyle.
Is it
Yeah.
Is that a
Guilfoyle?
real name?
Yeah.
Guilfoyle?
Kimberly
Guilfoyle.
Guilfoyle.
Guilfoyle?
Guilfoyle.
Anyways,
She's
She-
very tall, very attractive brunette. Used to be a talking head on Fox.
well, she's sucking some head.
Now her face
From the head.
Her face smells like
She's
Don
not a talk.
Jr.'s
She
crotch.
can't be talking head, but you're giving head. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe she is. I don't know. She's got a big mouth. She's got one of those Joker smiles.
Well, she's with Don Jr.,
Yep.
which is kind of crazy because it's it came up in several listen.
You
to,
think she'd have all kinds of dirt on Newsom that the Trumps in general?
Well, here the thing is it's like it was brought up on like WOAI and a bunch of other things, on some radio show programs, and it was saying like if you watch Trump, he will bash California. He will bash people in California, but he doesn't really go after Gavin Newsom really hard.
They have a great relationship.
Well-
Gavin Newsom and I, we get along really well.
Well, he does.
He hasn't said
really
anything
wonderful.
bad
He's
about
really-
me.
Right, and it's like, and when it was put out about Don Jr. with the ex, I was like,
It's been,
holy
they've been
shit.
for a while.
I did not know that.
Couple-
Define a while.
Couple of years.
Couple of years.
Yeah. So
And Arnold Reck.
because I know what it was because the subject was they were saying that Gavin Newsom is the radio show host was saying that Gavin Newsom is supporting and wanting Trump to win
That's not true.
because he doesn't want to run for 2024. Gavin Newsom, he wants Trump to win it because then he can separate himself because that means the Biden, the Kamala Harris, they're gone.
The first
And then-
mattress.
And so when they're gone, Trump comes in there, and this is me talking now.
Sleepy
Trump-
Joe's not going to make it.
No. Trump gets elected. Trump
Yeah.
cleans it all up, cleans house, makes all the new policies, and gets it all lined up.
And
And then Gavin comes in there, and pretty boy got his hair, got his,
I don't
and
think it'll
everything's
work.
set up, and he's not going to change a thing other than talk his rhetoric.
I don't
That's
know,
what
man.
I mean, and it to me, it kind of makes sense.
But there's the idea that okay, so Trump gets the nomination. Biden sucks so hard that we can't help but
I don't think
elect Trump.
Biden makes it to primary.
We can't help but elect Trump. Not opposed.
Yeah, the deep state
So
screwed up.
saying that, I mean, I know who we've got in there right now. The Vivek Ramalama Ding Dong guy and the Nikki Haley.
Well, he's kinda-
these are potentials. DeSantis for sure. These are potentials.
Yeah.
And then that Kennedy guy.
Well, okay, I was just going to bring that
But
point up.
anyway, we're talking Republican. I'm giving you the finger. We're talking Republicans only, and Trump is going to win this. I mean, he's just kicking everybody. Everybody knows who Trump
He's
is.
40 points ahead.
He knows everybody knows what he can do. Yeah, we know that he's a little abrasive and he frustrates stay the off of truth, stay the off of X, formerly known as Twitter. Dude, just run the country to the best that we know that you can. You don't have to worry about being popular. You don't have to worry about
Not gonna happen.
people. That's not going to happen.
Here's
It's
the
not
thing.
going to happen. No, I'm not done.
Well, excuse the out of me.
That's how you do it here. That's how you do it in this group. No, I forgot. No, go ahead. I forgot where I was.
No,
I
it-
got
it-
completely lost.
The thing is I really and I agree with you. I agree with you on all those counts of Trump needs to just kind of simmer down on it. But the thing is I don't think he has to worry about. I think I know for me and others, it don't have to really worry about that anymore because the way he's coming back is his tone has changed in the past couple of months, and it really has. And the thing is that his speeches are different. His tone's changed a little bit, and I'll say just a little bit. But the thing is people are more.
He's staying on.
Hold
script
on,
a
just
lot
what
more.
let me finish what I'm saying. People are becoming more tolerant to it because they're actually. I think the left side and the ones in the neutral and the progressive are getting more tolerant of it because they're seeing that their administration is an epic failure and is just a total retard.
Well, the moderates and the independents are leaning.
And they've been
toward-
lied to all this time, and now they realize, hold on, this guy, and this is just me talking. This guy actually has done everything he said, and what he's saying is not stupid because he's done all of this. He can back up everything he's did. So that's where I think he doesn't have to really change too much. All right, you got Tommy's turn.
Now
Tommy.
I'm going to throw the spoiler theory into this.
Throw your spoiler.
We always talk about a third party candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Kennedy is now coming in as an independent. So who's he stealing votes from? And a lot of people, he actually is independent.
Yeah.
So the talking heads keep saying he's stealing from. He's not taken from Trump. He's taken from the. He's taken.
Don't
from
listen to the talking heads. Talking heads. Don't listen to talking heads.
He's a big time threat to the demon rats, to the MSPMC, whatever. He's gonna take votes away from those guys and establish a viable third party, even though he is more of a moderate. So I don't think independents are going to shift off of Trump as fast as a lot of people think they are, because there's a lot of things. Really, the platform differences between Kennedy and Trump are not that dissimilar. I think Kennedy's a little bit more pro-vax in general. As a whole, not COVID, but as a whole. So, and none of us.
I could see myself voting for Kennedy.
Right, I could too.
I absolutely could.
But you have
I could as well.
on the RNC side, you have DeSantis and
He makes
Haley,
a lot of sense.
Yeah.
and from the independent or the other side, Kennedy's got it by. So the
So-
deck is stacked.
You don't want to vote
So-
for a fucking warmongering Haley.
So here's so what
you
you're
don't.
saying.
You don't.
Listen.
She is part of the military complex.
Well, yeah. So is
That's
Tulsi.
bad.
That's not necessarily.
No, it's necessarily bad.
Nah.
It is.
You're
the
talking about-
military complex is bad.
Yeah, and I think you're talking about stealing votes. I think he's going to steal a lot of votes from Democrats, and I still think Trump is going to win because the ones that he cannot take, and that's the MAGA people. They're not going to vote for him because they are committed to Donald Trump, and just on that alone, I think it's going to be Donald Trump that wins.
I agree.
I think the Democrats are not even. I think the independent voice now is going to be that third party.
It's the sway vote.
It's going to establish itself as a third party.
Sent you guys that new term, the conservatarian.
Conservatarian.
It's a conservative libertarian. Ha ha.
Well,
Because
here's the problem with the whole libertarian ideology is that
That's
it was
the get off my
established.
lawn guy.
Yeah, it was established as a certain thing at one time, but it has become something different, right?
Well-
The meaning of words change over time.
They do.
And the meaning of libertarian has changed, I believe, in the last 20 years. So the idea of libertarian is, I think, tell me if I'm wrong,
Don't
it's
worry.
us. It's us. It's a matter of, I want a fiscally conservative government. I want a constitutionally implemented government. But if you want to kill your fucking babies and have an abortion,
Knock
I
yourself out.
just don't care. Leave me alone. Don't tell me what I have to believe regarding your pronouns.
right.
Don't
tell me-
legislate morality.
Don't legislate morality. Hell yeah.
Right,
But just
and-
leave me alone. But be fiscally conservative.
Small, tiny government. Shrink the fucking government.
And I
They're
think
not-
Like my...
Like his ding ding.
so. I think I know for me, you talked about the RFK Jr. voting. We all said we could see ourselves voting for him.
Yeah.
And I tell you right now, if one of the other candidates that's running for Republican got the nomination, and it wasn't Trump, I would probably really be looking.
I would call foul if that happened.
Well, no, but yes, I would too. But if it was one of the other nominees or one of the other people that were nominated,
Name a name.
I would any of them.
DeSantis.
I would.
He's the only other viable individual.
I would be really hard pressed to vote for DeSantis. I would, because RFK Jr.
Versus
RFK Jr. stays here.
Yeah,
So he's
it's
always
RFK DeSantis. Let's talk about that one.
I'd probably be looking at RFK really hard.
Hard. Honestly, yeah,
Now,
I agree.
Here's the next question, though: is the parties are always straight party. So if you get a Republican, the vice is going to be Republican. All the party, they're going to be party aligned specifics.
Well, and
That's what's
So
frustrating.
Well, hang on. Now, what if they were smart enough to say, okay, we've got this entire independent field to pick from?
What if?
What if? Yeah.
So but RFK is never going to want to be the vice. So, but he would be a great chief of staff. He would be a great
why
secretary of the interior.
What I mean, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you put the best people, the most qualified person in possible?
Why
the
wouldn't
only
you,
one
why
that would be
wouldn't
able to
you
pull it
want
off
to
would be Trump.
Why wouldn't you want to be the vice president? And the thing is vice presidents are just
Because he's an A type.
Well, you could still be an A type and be a vice president. Just be a little bit more forthright and the stuff you're. I mean, if you're going to be a border czar, then be the fucking border czar.
No. Look, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Name one viable VP.
There's current
in the history of the world.
No, there are none that I know of. The thing is nobody's
VP
ever
means nothing.
Right. The thing, but it doesn't. I don't think it has to be that way. I
No,
mean,
it doesn't. It doesn't.
I mean,
Your
job
is.
The president.
Your job
but it
is.
is.
Your job isn't just to sit there and wait for the person to croak.
But it is.
But
you've got secretary.
That's your primary reason. But you've got an executive. You can make executive decisions. You can be.
But that's my question though. I mean, and forgive my ignorance. I'm sure there have been some VPs that have become somebody.
Yeah, maybe.
Who?
Yeah, Gerald Ford. Ha ha.
Wow.
He was president. He was never elected.
Who was Kennedy's
he was
VP?
Nixon.
LBJ.
Yeah, LBJ. There's a crooked politician.
Yeah.
The same guy that had the original Kennedy bumped off.
I'm just saying, VP is pointless. I mean,
yeah,
Speaker of the House is more important.
Well,
than
it
the
becomes
VP.
redundant because you have Secretary of State, Secretary of the Interior, Secretary.
See, the thing
it's not
is,
like you have a Secretary of War position anymore.
I always thought. I always think.
Well, it's Secretary of Defense now.
I always thought that Trump was going to run.
But he's the only one smart enough to screw all these politics, screw all these labels. I'm gonna pick who I want to pick.
Exactly.
But we don't want him picking because he does a shitty job of picking. Look at
he did that. He did that. But the thing is
and they're all in prison.
But the thing is now he knows when he walked into the job.
He learned a really hard lesson.
Yeah, he did. And the thing is if he goes in now, and I always thought that if he went in, he was elected president and DeSantis vice president, and then he got in there for a year or two.
Be careful with that; it's got a nail in it.
Got in there for a year. Got in for a year or two.
Careful.
So you got. Let's just say you got Trump president, DeSantis vice president, and let's just say you got RFK Jr. as Speaker of the House. Trump gets in there, gets everything squared away. 18 months later, 24 months, and he's like, you know what? I resign. Guess what? Boop. They all go up.
Well, Trump comes in as a lame duck anyway, because they know
But the thing is, he comes in and he can maintain his name.
he can
his-
still stack the deck.
He can.
But it
put-
goes back to that thing
He
where
creates a legacy, and he's out, and he hands it over.
you've got to turn the executive orders into law.
Yeah.
So they can't just tear that shit up and walk away, because that's what f***ed him the first time. Biden just went in and Nancy Pelosi'd all the executive orders.
And it's going to happen again. So
Well, Steve Scalise decided, and you know what makes me impressed with Scalise? You know, he's the one that was on the baseball field that got shot.
right.
Yeah. So him and Jim Jordan. So he said, I'm going to pull my name out.
And
of
he's
the
got
hat.
cancer.
Well, yeah, but that shouldn't be a disqualifier, other than the fact that it didn't slow Fetterman.
It's not
down.
a disqualifier. What it is
Well,
he is
Fetterman's a
making
different case.
decision. You know, Fetterman.
Yeah.
That is a
So well, if Jim Jordan decides, then that makes it a lot easier to work with stuff. But I think Matt Gaetz and his rush to glory lost the big picture, and his timing could not have been worse.
well.
I
and
understand what he did, but he did it out of spite, and he needed to look at the big picture.
And that's what I was thinking that before. And when I sent that message out, I thought it was a bad thing. But then after thinking about it, it's like, when is a good time to do it? When is there?
6 months ago.
Well, yeah, that could have been a good time to do it. But looking
They
today
tried,
and go
though.
for. But the thing is like they did. But here's the thing: is it's done.
Well, there's
So
It's
now
never
it's,
been done before.
it's
and
not
it
been
has
done in
been
the last
done.
100 years.
and it's like
When have they kicked
Ni-
out the speaker?
it was 1906. The last time.
Yeah.
1906 was when it was last done.
So
So
was
that,
it
I mean,
a good thing? McCarthy.
I wasn't around there, so I don't know.
No. McCarthy. Let's talk about McCarthy.
Okay, McCarthy. I think I thought
He's kind of an establishment.
he's
guy.
a wish. Yes,
He's
he
a
is.
little wishy-washy.
He is
not.
wishy-washy.
Who isn't an establishment guy in
Jordan,
the House?
Morgan Luttrell.
Who is not throwing their name out there?
No, they don't. They don't want anything to do.
Do you know
with it.
why? Of course
Well, yeah.
you do. You don't need me to tell you.
I do.
Make it
Because they become a scapegoat.
Yeah,
Because
well, yeah,
it doesn't matter what you do. You're
wrong.
FUCK'd.
Yeah.
you're forked.
Well, and then that's what
Yeah,
that and
it, does,
that-
it just
I think
doesn't
that-
matter.
I
And
think
you know
that's-
what? Maybe you don't want to be the guy that's FUCK'd.
Now, what
Maybe
was,
you'd
what
like
was
to
the
be
guy during-
somebody that
who was
actually
the guy
does
was,
something.
Who was Speaker of the House during Bush?
Newt Gingrich.
Yes.
Oh, I love Newt Gingrich.
I don't
Okay.
know about love. That's a little
I
strong.
love Newt.
But the thing is, I mean,
Far.
I don't remember anything that. I mean,
He kept the Republicans relatively in line.
right.
So
and
if you've
I
got
think
a nice, you're a manager at that point.
right.
Well, the problem is
We got to right now. It's like
the
this,
Republican Party.
Is weak.
I don't.
nah,
They're milk toast.
I mean, but put them alongside the Democrats. I mean, the Democrats, they toe the line.
they do.
They toe the line. Nobody is going to.
Right straight into the grave.
They're not going to get out of that.
Whether it's
Wheel
right or
rut
wrong,
at
they
all.
are together.
They're
the fact that
going
they're
to.
letting the squad do what they're doing and say what they're saying with no
Yeah,
no
but
consequence.
what do they do about the Freedom Caucus?
Nothing.
No, the shit that is talked about the Freedom Caucus, the Matt Gaetz Caucus, right? Caucus.
Caucuses.
Right?
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Caucuses.
But they talk some about it because
Yeah.
you know
Caucus.
this Freedom Caucus is causing such disarray. But then you've got this progressive caucus in the Democrat Party.
I think you just like saying that word.
Caucus?
Caucus.
Caucus. Caucus. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
Caucus.
I just fucking yell, man. I don't even know.
Hey, it's
Well, and the thing, it's amazing how they know that they're wrong. They know that it's the bad thing to do, but yet they all hold hands and they all run off the cliff together.
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just like,
At what point
that's what we should all do.
This selective persecution of stuff. Hey, they're being sedition. They're guilty of sedition. They're guilty of treason. They're guilty of misrepresenting their position.
Yep.
They're guilty of fraud, waste, and abuse. Just get rid of them. And yet they keep getting voted back in. What brain dead, mouth breathing, taint licking, rubber band chewing, sugar-free buying, scumbag tallywhacker rubbing,
Latte drinking
just yeah,
with soy.
Taint
licking.
just fucking douchebag.
I just can't let that one go. Taint licking.
Nobody likes a taint licker.
If you ain't licking, you taint licking.
Reed Brothers.